So up next, we're gonna do a deep dive into the vocal production. This is definitely a part of what makes the song so special to me. I really challenged myself on this one, and Cade had a bunch of great ideas, so I'm excited especially to break down this part. There's just a lot of creative flexibility that I had in a genre that's more blatantly electronic, and I think it really challenged me to think outside the box when it came to producing, but also writing this song, and how different lines could overlap each other, and how, you know, this, in terms of vocally, the range of writing for this song is very much like sort of in the middle / lower end of where I generally sing. And there aren't really any parts that go super high or super low. It's less dynamic in that way.
That's what I kind of liked about it, though. Is your voice kind of just sat down, like it kind of like glued into the track differently, because it is kind of like a more minory feel, darker.
It is,
feel,
yeah,
right?
it's calmer. Yeah, my voice doesn't sound bright, which oftentimes happens in the higher frequencies.
Because it's upbeat, so it's like, it's cool. It sounds great, but it was just awesome when, like, we could hear something so different, like the contrast, especially like opening up the album, too. Like, it's a cool way. It's almost like, it's not like haunting, because it's not like scary or anything, but it's just like, it's kind of cool. Your voice is just like, it's more relaxed, and it aids to that kind of like, that back and forth of the track that has like, it's this weird like yin and yang to it.
Yeah, totally. It's relaxed yet kind of hype at the same time, and I think that really balances out. So let's go ahead and dig into the first verse.
So glad you made it, party's just beginning. I'm on your playlist, and I like the feeling. Stay a while, but just sitting idle. We don't have to be here, we can go a million miles.
Yeah, maybe we pick out that the sort of vocal, the vocoder part in the "We Don't Have to Be Here." I think that's when. Oh, actually, no. It's we have a doubler coming in even earlier than that. Yeah,
yes, the double just kind of comes in.
Stay a while,
Just to emphasis that part.
Yeah, we add that towards the end.
We can go a million miles.
It just felt like too bare for too long, and I think it was so cool. We wanted to add so many different elements, so we have like like a doubler kind of thing that just sounds kind of just wide and.
Stay a while.
That sounds crazy just on its own.
It really does, yeah.
And then the vocals and.
We don't have to be here, we can go a million miles.
We got some auto-tune and stuff on it just to make it all like glitchy, kind of robot-y. It's got this cool kind of distortion and chorus to it. It's just a bunch of cool effects. Kind of like vocoder as well, but maybe not the same exact effect.
Yeah.
But just to like emphasize those parts in the verse.
Just adding other notes programmatically.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Stay a while,
it's
subtle. Just sit and idle. We don't have to be here, we can go a million miles. Live in the moment, it's so overrated.
Double, like, pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, what the doubler is doing, I don't know if different ones work different ways, but I'm pretty sure probably the way that this one works is it's like taking a copy, it's copying over the existing signal, the existing recording, and it's time shifting it just slightly so that there aren't like phasing issues. Hopefully people know what that means, but and maybe slightly pitching it up or down by a couple of cents, not like a whole key, obviously. Yeah. So it just sounds like, it sounds wider. It sounds like there are basically two signals now instead of just one. So it seems more layered and more powerful and more distinct from just one clear, crisp, singular vocal.
Yeah, so like the effect can like just do that in a really cool way. It's just like, it sounds more natural. It's like the chorus effect where it just sounds like another person where it's like not perfect. Like you can hear the semitone difference and stuff. And it's just cool. It just makes it sound more human, but also just add more depth to it, but also that we just glitch it out anyway. So maybe, I don't know. It's funny. This metatune I really love, because metatune, it has it built in. It's like a, I think that's usually what I like to do. You can see it's got this doubler effect here, but it's also an auto tune. So
stay a while.
Sounds like that without the doubler.
That's
stay a while.
So it sounds cool, but it's like, this is an obvious difference.
Stay a while.
It just sounds wider, and
the graphic is actually kind of helpful in explaining what it's even doing.
Too, the doubler width and stuff, so you can have it be a little bit, or like this, the doubler is actually like detuning it, kind of making that chorus effect happen. this, kind of shows you. That's
Yeah,
cool.
how it feels spatially.
So yeah, I'll use like that, or like Waves as like a doubler thing, or like Micro Shift is a cool one from Sound Toys that I like to use just for stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool stuff. Yeah, going into the verse 2
Living
part.
the moment, it's
we got more
overrated. When I'm with the game, it's my only entertainment. Now we're not socializing. Put me on an island. Got that egomania and don't care what the price is. Don't care what the price
That's
is.
like when the low formant stuff kind of comes in. Format? I don't know what people call it, I guess, but
I would say, I think I call it formant.
format. Yeah. I'm like, I guess I don't hear it said enough, but
Yeah.
you know, it's the cool like effect.
Yeah.
Socializing. Island.
Yeah, some people think it,
Don't care what the price is.
so some people think that it sounds kind of like people call it monster voice, or people say it's like a more masculine sounding voice, or older maybe, but it's like if I'm talking like it's not always, it's not directly the pitch of a vocal, but it's sort of is associated with that. It's
It's like your throat, how you like kind of, you can feel like, how you
Or
like
if
shift
you
it.
can take it like all the way up here to like
Yeah, the
this
chipmunk
is how you
voice.
shift it.
yeah,
Some
the
people
chipmunk,
call
exactly,
it,
exactly.
When you have it up and stuff.
Yeah, and you hear a lot of low formant type of stuff on dance records too. Like it's all over Taylor Swift's Midnights. Not that that's like a dance thing, but it's definitely like influenced
Oh, it's
by
just pop production
influenced by that.
now.
I mean, yeah, it
everyone
is
does
just
it.
pop production now. But I feel like the history of it is more like
EDM
dance,
yeah,
which makes
stuff.
sense because literally you make it electronically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then all those come together at the chorus. There's a vocal synth, a low format, a doubler, and then we have a left, right, and the lead. So
lot.
everything's singing at once, but it makes it sound.
Don't care what the price is. Don't care what the price is. Got that
You can hear if I take
egomania
stuff
and
out.
don't care what the price is. Don't care what the price is. Don't care
doesn't
what the
sound as
price
big.
is.
Let's take out
Got
the
that
snare of the doublers.
egomania and don't care what the price is. I've been don't care what the
Like without
price
the
is.
vocal, like
Don't
the
care what
vocal
the
synth, the low
price is.
format.
Got that egomania and don't care what the price
It
is.
just adds
Don't
these
care what
different
the
cool
price
layers and
is.
stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
it makes it feel more housey, because
Yeah.
that's like not housey. It makes it feel more fun housey. It makes it feel distorted and warbled and warped, which I think is really compelling in a section where you have really repetitive lyrics,
Yeah.
and you want it to feel kind of trippy and surreal in a way. And it's sort of setting the tone without really saying it for one of the meanings behind this EP is just like the distorted reality of yourself that you could have, and how egomania itself ties into it, how you can have these drastic highs and lows of how you perceive yourself, and how on the face you can be saying, yeah, I'm reckless, I don't care what the price is, like I'm willing to stop at nothing, I will do anything for myself to promote myself. And having that sort of somber attitude and having that uneasiness about it at the same time is really saying with the music what I'm not saying in the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. It's just kind of fun to have like those effects to tell the story more and stuff. I think, but you want to show anything else? This verb stuff was kind of cool here. Like sometimes I'll like, if I just want like a very specific like phrase to stick out, I'll just make a whole nother track and just like put the reverb on, put it at 100% so that you can kind of just control it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So this one I think I just put crazy auto tune on like really fast. It sounds digital. You know, it's in the back.
Yeah.
So it's like just those phrases, those like ad libs. We wanted it to be like really dreamy.
Yeah, that ad lib, the I want more and more of it ad lib is one of my favorite parts. Honestly, like the second half of verse 4, that's one of my favorite parts of the whole vocal production.
All the back and forth. You can see how we like chopped up how things were being sang or whatever. We did a filtering effect here. Yeah.
When I'm internet famous,
I wanted it to feel pretty choppy.
Tell me what you're craving.
Very rhythmic.
Call and response.
Yeah.
So give your worst. No more problem.
And you can see all the
put me
effects going
first.
in and out.
I step in nothing.
Yeah.
Don't
So
care
many
what
different
the
stuff
It's
happening.
really varied. It's really call and response, but you can sing it all the way through. Like I will sing it live all the way through, but I think part of what makes it special is how it's like one character singing at you, another character, another, like almost mimicking like the different voices and alter egos that you have in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also just like from a strategic point of view for anyone out there who's making music, like we all know, especially for pop, how important it is to maintain people's attention. And by switching things up in this verse, or bringing the static like you were showing earlier, and also like bringing in the acoustic guitar, we added a bunch of stuff in the second verse, even though the melody is pretty similar. Actually, though, I did change up the vocal melody, come to think of it, after those first 4 bars. So a lot of things do change up in this verse, even though the energy level goes lower than that hook, and it continues the excitement. So I'm really proud of how we revamped all of this, and how we made the vocal to suit the songwriting changes too.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
I love all the little different effects. There's like just delay line, little spray stuff, just to add like more.
In my head and my thoughts, yeah. When I'm internet famous,
We
you're
got
not
those
15
harmonies in there that
minutes.
you did, so sick, you know.
Famous.
I love harmonies.
Yeah, it's so dope. It's so dope. It adds so much to these little parts here and there, and it just
What did we add on the second hook that's not in the first hook? Is it like slightly different from the first one, or what?
Don't care what the price
How do we add hype
Don't
there?
care what the price is. Got that
Not just vocally, but like
Don't care
stepping
what
out
the
of just the
price
vocal
is. Don't
area,
care
but
what the
like,
price is.
yeah.
Don't care what the price
we
is.
added
Got
this
that
little tambo thing.
and don't care
Oh,
what-
okay.
Like a little bit
Yeah.
more like percussion and stuff.
Okay.
Like,
Yes, there's a little bit more movement.
yeah, a little extra something. I think of these outro parts too, just like another hat.
Yeah,
It's fun. Just
Yeah.
extra layers to kind of make it feel a little bit bigger. What else do we add? I think it's this vocal instrument too at the end.
Oh yeah, let me talk about this one. So yeah, I made this vocal sort of is it even a chop? I think I just had this idea in my head and I was just singing it into my microphone in my home studio. Yeah, I was just like and we could have maybe turned it into like some other instrument too, but it sounded really cool as a super processed vocal, and that's how I initially conceived of it.
It was just an ad-lib, it said originally.
Oh yeah,
so
it was.
like,
It was just an ad lib. It wasn't a chop or anything. But I just added a ton of reverb to it. But the print on it was really weird. So like, there was like a whole middle section where like the volume weirdly automated down. Like I didn't really know I was doing that. My Valhalla was glitching out on me. But you know, we sort of modified the clip so that it just sort of rode out the whole way through. Yeah, play it.
It was cool. Just tucked in the background.
And you can sing along to it really low if you feel like if you're listening along. I imagine people will.
I love how you changed it up the last time.
Yeah. I didn't do that consciously. Like, sometimes I write in a very conscious way of like, this needs to change and this is how I'm going to do it. Like I was talking about the relative minor, relative major. Sometimes I'm very like, not by the book or anything. Like I know the feeling that needs to change and I know like, okay, this is the tool that I'm going to use to make that change happen. Other times I'm like, I wrote that because I felt like it. Or like, I wrote that because it sounded right.
It felt good.
So yeah, that was the only reason behind that. Very simple though. So do we have anything to show before the outro, the very outro part?
I think that's it. I mean, we kind of went through the whole gauntlet of this one. Like,
Through the gauntlet!
Everything, you know? We got everything in there. It was fun. We created a lot of stuff on this one, so
Yeah.
it's just fun.
Don't care what the price is. Don't